And I suppose I can also drop the ammo for it while I'm at it. Well, there was two, so where'd the other one go? Oh, there it is. Nope, that's not it. Okay, well, that's nice to know. Not really. Uh, I guess it must have been like two really small amounts of ammo. I didn't look at the message while it was popping up, so I didn't see it. But anyway, oh blast! That was stupid. Okay, darn it. Oh well. So let me tootle up this way. I want to make sure. I think that there's something up here. I think. Just so you know, if you have the legs, you can jump over here. The leg augmentation, but I can actually get up there in a different way, so I don't need to do that. And I don't want to waste my few praxis points at this point, because I don't have that many praxis points at this point. So, as you saw, it just did an autosave. That's cool. Just trying to make sure there's nothing under here, because, again, Deus Ex, you never know. Guess not, though. Oh, okay. Oh, wait a minute. What's up with that? Oh, okay. Never mind. So that's locked. I just kind of wonder, like, what in the world are all these stupid boxes laying around for anyway? Haven't been able to figure that one out yet. So you can see here's an exit. I'm not really sure what the point of this is, to be honest. Well, it may come up later. We'll see. At this point in the game, I'm not really sure, though. Unless I try to hack that guy's door, which I can't do. Unless I boost my hacking. Which actually I will be doing, I'm just not doing it yet. And even so, I wouldn't hack his door anyhow because, again, I'm playing Adam as, pretty much, law-abiding and stuff. He wouldn't arbitrarily hack somebody's door without any reason to. As part of an investigation or something like that. Okay. Okay, so we can run back up this way to the gun runner. Actually, rather than do that, I guess what we really need to do is take care of Detective Chase. I want to save it here, though. And I think what I'll do is take a little break here, and I want to see like how much memory I'm using up right now. On 4 gig files, they build up pretty quick, and I've been having a lot of people talk, even though I'm not physically moving very much in the game world. But I'll be back shortly, folks. Okay, folks, so I'm back again. Playing through Deus Ex Human Revolution, trying to give some academic analysis, as well as some general comments on the game. By the way, if anybody's wondering about me playing a PC game with a game controller, I don't usually. There's only a handful of games that I've done this with. It seems like more and more games are going that way, though, where they're really, well, obviously, a lot of games nowadays are being designed for console and then ported to PC. In this case, the PC version was actually, made side by side with the console versions, so it was kind of optimized for PC to some extent. But you can really tell. I mean, some people would argue that, well, with the hotkeys and things like that, that actually it really is made for the PC version. Really is made for the PC. I would disagree because, frankly, there's really no reason, say, for example, for the really low-res graphic textures that you see in so many areas of the game. I mean, this area in Detroit Metro is a perfect example. You look around at, like, the cars are these big, blocky things. They're not very detailed. They're not very sleek, which, I mean, they look like the kind of graphics, almost from the first game, 11 years ago, 12 years ago. Well, 11 years ago now. But, I mean, it's like, or even the character models and stuff like that, there's really no detail, like, say, on the hair or like the various outfits. I mean, it's just pretty lame. I mean, you can deal with it. There's no reason for not dealing with it. But the problem is that you see other games, like I think I mentioned this earlier, but you see like Alice Madness Returns where the graphics are just outstanding, and there's all sorts of, not just the artistic direction on the game, but like Alice herself, her hair is animated, her dress is animated, and animated very, very well. And then the reviews and stuff out there, and even some players sit there and say, oh well, this game has graphics problems, just because it's not a big, major, well-known franchise like this. And I don't really see people out there bitching about the graphics in this game, and they should be, because, and some people are actually, but a lot of people aren't. There's people even who claiming that it has really good graphics, and I'm like, no, this is really bad graphics, especially on the PC. I mean, the PC graphics ought to be, twice as good as what the consoles can do now, and there's just no reason, not to do that. So, I frankly don't think it's all that terribly well optimized for PC. But, anyway, that's just some of my insights. And I don't normally play games like this using a gamepad controller, but I chose to do so this time because it just seemed simpler than rebinding all the keys and stuff. So, anyhow.
Hello there. Well, you must be Adam Jensen.
A keen observation.
Mrs. Reed told me you might pay me a visit. And don't take this the wrong way, but you're kind of hard to miss.
I'll try to take that as a compliment. She told me you might have information regarding Megan Reed's case and the attack on Seraph headquarters.
Oh boy, what a mess. Total pissing match. We had the feds on our ass, orders from 3 different departments, and pressure from so many lobbyists it felt like being the scrawny new kid in a prison shower.
It is a very high-profile case. Mrs. Reed said you thought some procedures were overlooked.
You got that right. I mean, you know how it is. Mrs. Reed told me you used to be a cop. There's always cases where you see the lazy officers taking shortcuts. But this was different.
Different how?
Too much stuff got overlooked. People seemed way too eager to jump to conclusions, and every time I was remotely insistent, I got turned down by ranking officers. People wanted to bury this thing fast. That's never a good sign.
Surely you have something more substantial than this.
Yeah, well, that's where you come in. I got a couple of leads I could never fully investigate. I started poking around, but these government-type agents just gave me the creeps. I got scared. Months away from retirement, I didn't want to fuck things up. But you obviously have the means to get to the bottom of this.
So what have you got?
First off, there's a rumor that the order to close the investigation came from higher up, maybe even outside the local department. Anything like that would have passed through Captain Penn. There might be traces of this left on his office computer.
Guess I'll have to pay a visit to the local precinct.
Well, while you're there, there was an officer assigned to the case, Chet Wagner. He's not what you call a choir boy. And when he suddenly got brought on the case, I got suspicious. Somebody wanted him there. And I'm pretty sure he tampered with some of the evidence. You should talk to him. Find out what he knows.
Okay, I'll have a little chat with Officer Wagner.
You'll most likely find him in the lobby. He got retrograded from his conduct, and he takes depositions now. He won't budge easily, but I'm pretty sure you can find some dirt on him on his desktop. His office is on the 3rd floor. You might find something there to help loosen up his tongue.
Anything else worth looking into?
Yeah, when the order came down to close the case, the bulk of the evidence was stashed in a storage locker. Maybe you can find some interesting stuff in there. It's on the alley right next to the station. The code is 4891. But I know an outside agency had access to that locker, so be careful.
Thanks for the heads up.
It's nothing. And, please, don't bother coming back here with details. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad to help. But the less I know about this case, the better I'll feel.
So, we can probe him for a little bit more information.
Why retire from the force only to become a security guard? I mean, it looks like you still love the work.
I love the idea of being a cop. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to join the force. But I just got fed up. It's not like I had imagined it. It's a job. Some people are good at it, while others just don't care. And it shows. This case, the Seraph case, it was just the last drop in a cup already full.
How did you get assigned to this case?
I didn't push for it, if that's what you mean. To be honest, I didn't want to get involved.
Why not?
I was an honest cop, Jensen. I always tried to conduct myself in accordance with the law, with procedures, and what I believed was right. Not really the standard MO for a case like this.
Really? So high-profile cases don't follow proper procedure and everything. I kind of wonder about this.
You said an outside agency may have tampered with a storage locker. What did you mean by that?
Well, I've heard that government agents may have locked up some of the more sensitive evidence in a safe inside the locker.
Come on, Chase. What are you not telling me?
Damn it! Okay, listen. I snooped around that locker before and found the safe code, but I